that's why God doesn't come down to answer your prayers, because he knows for a fact, or they know for a fact, that if they answer your prayers, one of us might fight them.
They are afraid, as they should be.
The creations have gotten too powerful. They can't contain them.
What was that one line from, like, what? Spy Kids? Maybe God stays up in heaven because he's afraid of what he's created.
That wasn't Spy Kids?
Wasn't it? It was totally Spy Kids.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past it to be in Spy Kids, considering how fucking wild those movie series was.
Yeah, it was Spy Kids too!
Spy Kids was ahead of its time.
Hi everyone, we're the Emperor's Smile podcast, here to brighten your day. This is Amie, aka Wi-Fi Daily.
This is Cali, aka dailyjiangcheng.
And this is Ruki, aka Bluetooth Daily.
So, hope y'all doing okay. It's been a hot while. The first audience question we have is, do you have any tips for self-worth? And all I can really say on the matter is, treat yourself how you would treat a good friend of yours or a significant other. Basically, kind of just, like, go out with yourself. Because, like, there are people that would be like, oh, I would, like, get up early in the morning to make my significant other breakfast, or I would buy them the nicest things, or I would treat them like they were a goddess. And it's just like, okay, but how would you treat yourself? Like, did you have breakfast? Like, oh no, I don't have time for that. Like, treat yourself how you would treat a significant other. Like, fucking date yourself and just kind of, like, do nice things for yourself, you know?
That's such a cute way to put it.
It sounds, like, weird, but it's a good thing to have, because then, like, in a sense, you'll be learning to, like, love yourself more. You'll compliment yourself the way you will, would a significant other. You'd be getting up to get yourself some breakfast, you know, make yourself something nice, like, treat yourself every once in a while, you know?
Oh.
Dang, that was really cute.
Yeah.
I think we're good with this question. I'm kidding.
Basically, just be nice to yourself.
That's a really good way of putting it. Just in general, like, would you say those mean things about yourself if you were talking to a friend? Like, would you say, oh, my hair's so bad, or my hair's ugly today, or something? Like, would you say that to your friends? Like, no, right? Even as a joking thing, like, it's just be nice to yourself, treat yourself as a friend. Be your own friend.
Yeah. Basically, just get, like, in times when you would look at yourself and be like, I look like a fucking dumbass, don't say that. Be like, I look pretty good. Like, you're gonna kill it today, dude. And it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, and on that note, too, some people say things like, I'm what a fucking dumbass at themselves.
Me.
You know, as a joke. And that's okay, but at the same time, like, the things that you say, even as jokes, and especially about yourself, especially if they're insulting yourself, at some point, it's gonna, like, actually affect you. It's gonna make you feel worse.
Internalize, and then...
So, I think I've said this in the past episode, but those sort of jokes where you kind of call yourself trash, try not to do them. Even if you don't think it's really affecting you now, it might affect you later. Just turn them around, like I'm the queen today, you know, or I'm the king. And it could be equally silly, but it does do a lot to make you feel better about yourself. Like, you're not the one who's hitting yourself down.
Yeah, like, an example I can give personally is that I tend to joke around a lot saying that I'm a fucking clown, because I'll make a small mistake or whatever, and I'll be like, oh, fuck, I'm Boo Boo the Fool.
Mm-hmm.
But I know now, at least, that while I mostly jokingly call myself a clown, I know that I don't really see myself as a clown, because people make mistakes, and I'm going to slip up a few times, and I'm going to get embarrassed by it. But I know that in my core, I am not a clown.
Mm-hmm.
I am not Boo Boo the Fool. I am God themselves.
What you thought was a clown all this time was God. Or maybe God is the clown.
No. God is above clownery.
Are you sure? God made clowns for a reason.
Oh, they did, though. Fuck. Well, they made it to clown on others. But the point being is that don't call yourself a clown or don't insult yourself a lot of times, because like Amy said, it will affect you. Just kind of like if you say it jokingly once or twice, that's fine. It's bound to happen to anyone, but don't just make it a periodic thing,
An ice cream truck was passing, and the ice cream truck music was really fitting for the clown talk.
The universe is sending you a sign, Ruki. Maybe you're the real clown.
Maybe you're the clown here, Ruki. You even have the background music to go with it.
You're the main character in your own clown movie. But yeah, be kind to yourself. Don't bring yourself down. It's a matter of self-worth. Just love yourself, my dude. It's a hard and long process, but it's worth it in the end.
Ruki, you have any tips?
I mean, you both kind of already said it. Yeah, because
Ruki's just like, don't be a clown.
Because what Kelly said was really good, and then what Amy said about even when you're just insulting yourself as a joke, it can still kind of like possibly internalize, and then you get used to it, and then you might end up actually like thinking that way, and it affects you that way. So personally, it's better to just not do that even as a joke, but but then I'm just like, ooh, kind of guilty there. But
yes, you are. When your friends insult themselves even as jokes, call them out on it, like I've done for Ruki for 7 years.
Sometimes you just need a friend for 7 years calling you out on your clownery.
I will say, I'm like possibly way more insecure than most people think. And I'm not saying this as like a sob story. I don't really value myself a lot, but I know what I feel is different from what is true. I know I'm well valued. I know other people value me a lot. Everyone has told me, reassured me that they value my time and what I give to them. And so when people say that to you...
My life would be pretty empty without you, my dude.
Thank you. When people say that to you, don't dismiss that, because it does make a difference. You may not feel it, but it is true. And knowing that is really important.
Yeah.
And just so you know, we love you. We love you guys who are listening. You guys are worth it. And thank you.
You're amazing. We love you. You're fucking queens.
Rulers. Let's be gender neutral here. Excuse you.
I may be God, but you are all of my rulers.
But you are all of Cali's royal court.
Yes.
Cali's royal court.
But really, thank you for listening to us and being here for us and talking to us. Or even, just being on the sidelines. That's not worth less. You're worth something, and existing day to day, even if you're not doing anything, that's fine. That's a human life. That's just how it is. You don't have to find something like making art or making music or making drawing or writing in order to be worth something. You are worth something as a human. You're worth a friendship, a smile, anything. So don't you ever forget that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, want to move on to the next question?
Yeah.
This question's kind of sillier. If you three could receive a superpower and a sidekick, fictional or real, what would they be? So let's say that Cali, our God, Lord, and Savior, has given us superpowers. What would they be?
I have the power to bless thee with powers. What does I require?
I said I was going to think about this before the episode, and then I didn't.
I already have an idea. I'm not sure in the sense of having a sidekick, because I feel like, if anything, when I imagine myself in a superhero setting, and if I would be a superhero, I either imagine I'm either working alone or I'm the sidekick. Because I can't imagine myself really being the leader type superhero, or I'd usually just either be in the shadows or I'd be helping someone else out. But I know for a fact that if I was granted to have a superpower, I would really, really want telekinesis.
That's a good one.
Because I have because like it's trashy, I know, but ever since I read Homestuck and like the space aspect, like God tier kind of thing.
It's not trashy.
Huh?
It's not trashy. What did we just say? Don't insult yourself or your interests.
I wasn't insulting myself. I was insulting Homestuck.
Don't insult your interests, bro.
But yeah, I was super fascinated by the space aspect of the God tiers because basically, like, depending on what you got, you could manipulate space in any sense. And I really liked Jade's God tier, like the Witch of Space, because she was able to manipulate the space around everything.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I found out that's more of a telekinesis thing, and I really love the idea of having telekinesis, you know? Like, just to have the power to, like, manipulate certain objects, or just, like, anything around it. Like, that shit would be awesome. Yeah, telekinesis has always fascinated me. So I know if I was to be able to have a power granted to me, I would want that one.
Yeah.
Plus, I can make myself float.
Oh, yeah, that would be sick. I don't think I personally would be, like, a superhero, but if I had, like, a superpower... One of the things that I've always wanted, and this just has to do with my own inability to read fast, is lightning comprehension. Because, like, it sounds like a little bit of a boring power. Like, you can read fast or you can understand things fast. But, you know, I spend a lot of my time thinking about things. And so the ability to just, like, pick up a book and, like, flip through it once and then, like, totally get the entirety of the book and even understand.
You'd be like Spencer Reid from Criminal Minds.
Yeah, like...
because that motherfucker can read an entire book in like an hour. Not even an hour, 30 minutes, and remember everything.
Yeah, like remembering all the details and like the comprehension part too. Like sometimes it takes me weeks to get over like a single concept, and that was just for like school and theories and stuff. And so the idea of being able to comprehend and understand things at such a lightning rate, I would have like more time to like do things and be able to understand things that are kind of out of my grasp. And I think that would be like really awesome because, you know, info and knowledge is power in its own way too.
That power would come in handy for a lot of situations, especially if we're in a situation like just to kind of delve into the fantasy thing, where it's just like, if we're in a situation where we had to remember a key point and you had that kind of ability, you would be able to remember that kind of ability. Like, remember that thing we needed to remember, I mean.
Yeah. And I guess with lightning comprehension, like the brain enough to retain that stuff or be able to recall it.
You would have a high HQ, like IQ, not HQ, IQ.
High quality.
Yeah. You would have a high IQ if you had that kind of ability.
The idea of being able to just get it, you know? Like, sometimes there's a lot of things that feels out of my grasp, and that can be really frustrating. And it seems like a pretty mundane power, but it's one of those things where I'd love to just keep it kind of low-key.
Yeah.
People wouldn't be out there to take advantage of my powers, and I would still be out here, like, spending my time trying to get the perfect line. Because, you know, technical application is different from, like, the information and theories and knowing all that.
Bro, if we had to, like, go into a villain lair and, like, you could just be able to pick up some files that, like, they're super important to finding out the villain's plan, pick it up and, like, read it in 5 minutes, boom, you're done.
Bro, I'd be like a computer. Like, you could just plug an USB into me or something. That would be so tight.
That would be amazing.
As for a sidekick, I don't know if I would have a sidekick if my power is just to read things, but I would like a lap cat, you know? Like, just a furry animal sidekick.
Amazing.
Who's just there to, like, fetch things for me, like in the scenario of a villain or something, a villain lair, and it had the ability to, like, display the information on the screen if it was trapped inside a USB. And that way I can, like, read it, lightning comprehend it, even though, like, it's in a different, like, language like that. Something maybe that was able to translate things for me. Well, if I had lightning comprehension, I could probably know every language there is out there. But still, it's if anything, it'll just be there to sit on my lap and I can pet it a lot.
Yeah. Before Ruki goes, for the sake of answering the question, because I didn't quite answer this, if I were to have a sidekick, I would want it to be like a fairy, like a tiny little fairy, you know?
We all want the tiny ones. We want the cute ones.
I just want it to be tiny because it's more convenient that way. Imagine if I had like a fucking behemoth of a tiger or something.
I want a behemoth of a tiger. I'll have that as my sidekick.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. But like, if I were to be a sidekick, I would, weirdly enough, want to be a villain's sidekick.
I mean, yeah, that sounds cool.
Because there's a few villains that I have in mind that I would want to be the sidekick of, and I feel like it'd just be, kind of weird, but I feel myself being one,
Yeah? Who?
One is Alistair from Has-Been Hotel.
Okay.
But it would be more kind of like a contract thing, because he does have, like, from what we know, 2 subordinates, but he treats them pretty good from what we can see. So I feel like that'd be cool.
I'm a villain sidekick, but only on a contract. It's temporary work.
Yeah.
Just until I can get a stable job.
But he's a demon, though, so I would assume the contracts are kind of eternity.
Oh, well, that makes sense, too.
But another villain would be kind of like I don't have a specific villain in mind. I just thought it would be cool to be Alistair's sidekick. But, like, I know for a fact I would be the sidekick to a villain where, like, I would be that one sidekick, that one minion where it's just, like, I still have empathy and shit, but I'm on the wrong side for the wrong reason.
Sorry, you said minion and I just imagined you as a little yellow dude.
Shut the fuck up. I will kill you.
Hey, Ruki, what about you?
I was thinking probably telekinesis, like Cali also said.
Hell yeah.
Because, yeah. Either that or something to do with...
I feel like Ruki would be like a person to manipulate elements like water or earth and shit. Like kind of like from Avatar, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Ruki would be something like that.
Let Ruki finish.
I'm sorry.
I was actually about to say, like, because of the word's connotation, I was going to be like, oh, it's going to sound bad, but I think it'd be interesting to have some sort of power that, like, could manipulate, like, whether it be, like, elements or whether it be, like, space or objects or something.
See, I was on the nose.
Yeah. Something to do with that, although I don't know which one I would like the best to be. Like manipulating time or manipulating objects.
Ooh, manipulating time.
Or elements or I don't know.
Ooh.
Well, if you were a telekinetic, you could manipulate the elements around you. Easy.
Yeah.
That's true.
You would technically be able to manipulate like earth and water and shit like that.
Earth and water and air.
Yeah.
And fire.
Yeah, I'm fire too.
Yeah.
Because being a telekinetic is technically kind of being similar to the Avatar, but not very...
A little bit.
A little bit, but not really.
I think you'd have to learn. You gotta get your bender masters, all 4.
kind of side topic. What benders have we talked about? What benders we would kind of be?
I feel like we have.
I feel like we have, but not on ESP.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on ESP.
Well, real quick, what kind of bender would you be? Go.
Earth, I think.
Water, probably.
Fire.
Water or fire, I think.
People say I would be either earth or air. I think I'm more earthy though. I want to throw rocks at people.
Based on the hand thing, I've been determined that I would be an earthbender, but I know for a fact, just based off me alone, I would 100% be
you would be fire.
Firebender, yeah.
100%. I think Ruki would be water.
Yeah. Ruki would fit with water. Or earth.
Back to what Ruki said, I was thinking like the whole idea of manipulating time. That's fucking sick. You mean like time traveling or just like making pockets of time or something like slows down?
Or being like the Adam Sandler movie Click.
Yeah, or do you have a remote control perhaps?
Like rather than actual like time traveling, I think it would be something more like pause something for like a certain amount of time, or like fast forward something, or like
so kind of like Cardcaptor Sakura, that one fucking card that the homeboy had.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's really cool though.
Like that kind of time manipulation rather than like actual like 10 years in the future kind of traveling or whatever. It would be more.
Yeah, I feel like you'd be kind of OP if you had that kind of power, and that's pretty basis at this point when it comes to time travel, because time travel is a fucking risky business.
Yep.
I was trying to think of an analogy, and all I could think of like a VCR tape where you have to like rewind and fast forward but you're like, you have to like sit through it while it's rewinding or fast forwarding.
Wow.
Like, you can't just skip around into a different portal into a whole new time. That's not how VCR tapes work.
Yeah, I know.
So, kind of like that, right?
Mm.
And what about a sidekick?
Animal partner.
Be specific. Do you want to be behemoth of a tiger? Or do you want a little fairy? Or a bunny? I want a bunny.
An army of bees.
I've changed my mind, guys. I want a bunny.
Well, if it's,
Bee with an army of bees.
I would hate that.
An army of bees. Welcome to Applebee's. Would you like the apple or the bees?
Bees?
Neither.
Well, how about this? Your animal sidekick will be Muffy.
Yeah, it's Muffy.
That's good. That's good because Muffy is totally a parkour pro.
Yeah.
Oh my
so-
god, parkour pro Muffy.
Oh shit.
She doesn't have a special power herself. She is just Muffy, and she's really good at parkour.
The only thing she's like capable to do is to grow bigger, so you can ride on her back, and then she just does parkour.
Sometimes not even that. So we have a telekinetic, a possibly telekinetic / time controller, and someone who can read super fast. That's our team makeup.
Listen, bro, that shit would be hella. Like, I would love to have you as a fucking friend in a superhero world.
Yeah, because then I can get the information super fast and find out what's the most reliable sources.
Plus,
Yeah.
you can recite the entire B movie to me from
Look, I can comprehend things fast. I can't say things like at 2x speed, so it's gonna take 2 hours.
That's the best thing.
Still gotta take times. Again, technical is different from like theoretical.
As long as you can just recite the entire thing to me, I do not care.
I'll say it with all the resentment in the world. Do we want to move on to the mindfulness moment?
Yeah.
Okay, Doug.
Let's take a water break.
Take a break. Take a water break.
Is this our new theme song?
Yes.
It'd be fucking funny, though. Like, if we got kidnapped, and I'm just like, hey, Amy, can you, like, loudly recite the B movie?
That's the thing. You know I would do it in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah.
One of the times I was in a call with someone and she just started, like, it was quiet. It was dead quiet. We were all working. We had, like, our screen share going on. And quietly, she just started saying the B movie script for 15 minutes. And we were all like, wait a second.
Wait a goddamn second.
Are you reading this? And she's like, no. She was just reciting it while she was drawing. We were watching her draw. And she was just like, by all laws of aviation. And I was like,
according to all known laws of aviation, there is no way a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyway, because bees don't care what humans think is possible. Yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Oh, it's black and yellow. Let's shake it up a little. Berry, breakfast is ready.
was that from memory too?
Yeah.
ESP listeners, I would like you to know I hate this. I don't.
Oh, you know what I just thought of? But, like, I wouldn't actually want it, but since, like, I just realized that, with the manipulation thing, another thing that someone could have the power for is, like, memory manipulation. I'm just like, that would be so
Ooh.
fucked up.
That would be so fucked up, dude.
That would be fucked up. The potential memery, though, with having that kind of power.
That's true.
It's just like you look to your friend and it's like, hey, do you remember that one time you went out in the street dressed as a chicken and started barking at strangers?
That doesn't seem like something I would do, but I so clearly remember it.
Yeah, bro, it was on a dare, remember? Oh, yeah. It's not something I would do, but I clearly remember this.
Imagine if you had such a buck wildly evil power that could be used for evil, but you only used it to do that.
That would be great.
But like sometimes people are just like, teach me how to do this thing, or all that stuff. Maybe memory manipulation could be good for like, oh, let me just like brain transfer it to you how to draw hands or something.
All I can think of in terms of like villains using that in a villainous way is that you're just like, guys, the secret code, it's 666-420. Fuck. I mean, am I wrong?
It's 666-420.
Are you sure that's the right code? Yeah, I clearly remember it.
All right. Anytime you're ready, take it away, Ruki.
Muffy just, hello, I am here to visit, says Muffy.
She's here for the mindfulness moment.
Did you hear the meow just now?
I didn't, but maybe I'll hear it when I go back to edit. Don't let this be another 15 minutes long of you playing with Muffy, okay?
Yes, she is here to listen to my mindfulness moment too. She is resting on the bed. Okay. One mindful moment goes a long way. Today I am going to cover a 5 senses exercise. So basically it's just an exercise for practicing mindfulness by paying attention to something that you're experiencing with all of your 5 senses. So the first part of this exercise is that we want you to notice 5 things that you can see. So just look around you, bring your attention to 5 things that you can see, and try and pick things that are something that you don't normally notice around you. So something like a shadow, or like a small little like something that sticks out, rather than objects that are like always there. And then the next sense is notice 4 things that you can feel. So you want to try and bring awareness to 4 things that you are currently feeling. So this could be like the bed you're sitting on, or the chair you're sitting on, or the desk that you're sitting at, the surface of it, or something like the texture of the clothes that you're wearing. So just kind of bring awareness to four things that you can feel. And then after that, try to notice 3 things that you can hear. So take a moment to just listen, note 3 things that you can hear in the background. So this could possibly be, if your window is open, something that's happening outside there, or it could be something going on at home. Try to notice 3 things that you can hear. And then you want to try noticing 2 things that you can smell. So try to bring your awareness to all the smells that you usually just don't pay attention to. And take notice of 2 things you can smell, whether it's a nice smell or not so nice smell, just anything that you can possibly smell. And then the last thing is for you to notice 1 thing that you can taste. So you can either take a sip of a drink, or eat a little snack right now or something, or even just open your mouth to kind of like search for a taste, I guess, if you don't have anything by you, and just focus on that 1 thing that you can taste. And that's really just a quick and simple exercise that is meant to bring you to a mindfulness state. and just have you practice focusing your attention on various things in various ways. So hopefully it can also help you just kind of regain your composure too. And that has been the mindfulness moment.
Yay!
Yay!
And now I bring you to the Muffy corner. Just kidding. Not yet. Not yet.
I saw her for just a second. I was like, why is the video on? Okay.
I thought I turned it on for a second.
Anyways, thank you for joining us for this episode, the 25th episode of Emperor Smile podcast. You guys are worth it. You guys are awesome. If you have any more questions, topics, mindfulness moments, you can send them to our curiouscat.me/empsmilecast. You can follow us on Twitter or join our Discord, which is pinned up on the Twitter. It's the same handle, empsmilecast. And that's really all I have to say.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for sharing laugh with us. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
I just waved at my webcam as if they could see me. I've only had this webcam for like 2 days.